Hello, everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Um, Thanks everybody that pulls up for supporting me in the channel. Salute TT, salute sis, salute Peaches, salute Blended Healing. Y'all, I've been talking like crazy and been behind the scenes the whole time, not even live and things like that. But salute to everybody. Thank you guys for pulling up. I really wanted to come in today and discuss as parents, are we hindering our children? Can y'all hear me? Lalizi, can you hear me? Salute Lalizi. Salute Christina. Can y'all hear me? Salute just Andrea. Salute. Thanks everybody for pulling up with me for this live. Okay, good, Christina, good. Girl, I was behind the scenes. I hadn't even hit the go live button. I was just back there, and all this other stuff, like just saying the most. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even live or nothing. That's crazy. But as parents, with I don't know how many mothers I have in here. Salute. I got time. Salute, sis. Do we hinder our children? Do y'all think that a lot of parents today are hindering their children, holding them back from the growth and development to succeed in today's world and make it without us? Um, I've never been one to hinder my kids. I always kept it real, just on the life that I was living and things like that with myself, the high road I took to let me take this headband, it's killing me. But to the road I took, I didn't want my kids to go down the same road as I went. So I definitely didn't hinder them. I definitely refused to hinder my kids, and I had to keep it real with them to let them know what it really was, what the streets was really about, what life could throw at you at any time to make you use to make you feel like you're less than, so it causes emotional damage, suicidal thoughts. I just had to keep it real. But here in the past month, I've heard stories of parents saying that they don't want their children to work, and I'm not talking about young children, I'm talking about children of age. And I'm being kind of confused and conflicted with that, because I'm saying, isn't that hindering the child? Isn't that hindering the growth? Because we're, as parents, we're nobody's promised to live forever. So where does that leave the child if we keep holding them back from reality to things that's unrealistic? That's kind of where I am with it, and I just wanted some input from mothers on this. And then I wanted to read on a couple of things. It said, at a certain point, for the kids to move forward, parents need to step back. How far do parents need to step back? You know, how far? It said, parents today often look for teachable moments and opportunities abound. When reading a book with a child, for example, it might mean discussing story plots with him or her. If him or her isn't allowed to play a video game, it means explaining why. Research has shown that engaged parenting helps children build cognitive and emotional skills. Right. But too much parental direction, however, can sometimes be counterproductive. In a study, the researchers observed parents' behavior when kindergarten age children were actively engaged in playing, cleaning up toys, learning a new game, and discussing a problem. The children of parents who more often stepped in to provide instruction, corrections, or suggestions, or to ask questions, despite the children being appropriately on task, displayed more difficult regulating their behavior and emotions at other times. These children also perform worse on tasks that measure delay, gratification, and executive function skills associated with impulse control and the ability to shift between competing demands for their attention. Parents have been conditioned to find ways to involve themselves, even when kids are on task and actively playing or doing what they've been asked to do. So, salute Dragon, salute Dragon. So, again, they said that the parents that was overly stepping their boundaries with their child's playing and activities was less counterproductive. And I just want to know, as a mother, I'm asking questions today. I'm not really just touching on this subject because that when me and the person had a conversation. Salute Melanated, salute Dragon. Christina said, great topic because I've been seeing this generation saying their kids doesn't have to work because they will be passed down well. Absolutely. It kind of threw me, and the person was thinking that in a sense that was I making it like my kids was kind of better than their child because they was more sheltering. I feel like because I just feel like as an adult conversation, I just feel like so your child doesn't have to work. Is that what we're saying? That we're telling our kids that they don't have to work, but the significant other has to work. How does that work? Because if my daughter is with the man and just because my daughter's with the man and he works and he might be a provider, I'm not telling her not to step her game up and do what she has to do for my grandchild because that man might not always be there. So where does that leave my child? She's always going to be dependent upon someone else um, taking care of her instead of her doing what she has to do for herself, things that she could do herself. As parents, we need to remember our goal. What is our goal? Not to allow our kids to stay children forever, but to see childhood as a preparatory phase for adulthood. It is not a virtue to remain a child for as long as you can. Childhood is a time where you are learning, growing, and preparing for adulthood. You can learn manners, skills, and so forth. You put them to work. Give me a second. You put them to work. Again, they said it is not a virtue to remain a child for as long as you can. Interesting. Childhood is a time where we are learning and growing and preparing for adulthood. Salute, Jen. Salute. Not to have as much fun as you want, not slack off as much as you want, nor it is a time to be sheltered from all pain, failure, and suffering. Let's stick to that for just a second. It said that's the whole purpose of childhood, not to have as much fun when you get into that adulthood stage, not to have as much fun as you want, and not to slack off as much as you want, nor is it time to be sheltered from pain, failure, and suffering. Yes, not saying we don't protect our children. Not saying we're not there to be the shoulder that our kids when they're upset and they need a shoulder to cry on and things like that, that we're not gonna be there for them as parents, but sheltering their growth. Salute Shank, salute. He said, salute everybody. He's driving. Jen, drop you and Zeke's links, please. Please. You guys go follow Shank Rock, Melanated Gem. She's starting her channel. She's starting to drop shorts and nice quotes, blended healing, transparent talk, Lalizi. Zeke is doing great movements with his channel. I'm so proud of you guys. Keep going forward. But it's the sheltering part for me. No, childhood is a time to prepare for being an adult. It is not wrong to be a child. We all start off as children. Nobody is born with any skills. Babies don't care where they go to the bathroom. They need to be taught to do just that. Likewise, they need to learn other life skills such as cooking, feeding themselves, cleaning, and dressing. Then come skills such as academics, professional skills, and money managing, not to mention human interaction. All these skills are means to be learned as soon as possible. The whole point of childhood is just that preparation to be an adult. Children need to be disciplined and told no. They need to be allowed to take risks, fail, and experience suffering. Did you guys hear that? It said children need to be disciplined and told no. They need to be allowed to take risk, fail, and experience suffering. Nobody likes to fail and suffer. But parents who shield kids from such are not doing it out of genuine love. They're doing it because the parents themselves are emotionally fragile. That's interesting. They don't want to see their kids hurting, but they need to realize that their goals are not only unreasonable, that they are misguided. It is precisely these moments of pain and defeat that teach us how to do better. Salute, Adam, salute. Again, they said, we don't want to see our kids hurting. No one does. But at the end of the time, we have to let our kids learn. That's a part of teaching. That's a part of them growing into adulthood. That's why once we reach a certain age, we are called adults. It said failure sucks, I know. Nobody likes to get a bad grade, not make the sports team, or not get invited to the party. Nobody likes to get rejected by someone they set their sights on. But you know what? Life is about failing and getting rejected. Life is filled with opportunities to get turned down, from a job post, to get rejected from school that you really admired, or to be disappointed by a romantic partner. The core issue that helicopter controlling parents are seeing their kids as extensions of themselves, as a part of themselves. They see their kids' lives as their own. Their life literally revolves around their kids. And with me reading that, y'all, it is true. I've lived it. And I've lived it throughout certain relationships I've had in the past, where it's constantly hindering the child. And me, where I don't hinder, it caused the problem. Because I was like, no, that's unrealistic. See, we gotta start putting unrealistic things and realistic things in a box. And we know as parents it's unrealistic. Salute DJ, salute. Can someone drop DJ Badlands channel for me too as well? Thank you for coming through, DJ. Salute to you on your channel, Progressing. Miss Linda Hillen said, I taught my girls to keep a stash or mad money, but also not pushing them to work while they're in college. But they both hold down part-time jobs. Absolutely. And that was my thing, Miss Michelle. It wasn't because you're in school. I didn't push them so much to say, you got to work too. But at the end of the day, school isn't paying. It's paying for your education. And on down the line, we all know you got to pay those loans and stuff back. You get what I'm saying? So you need income coming in consistently. I always tell my daughters, especially my daughters, I stay in my daughters' ears, all three of them. We're not depending on men. I don't care how good that man is to my child. His money's not your money. His money's not your money. And we can't depend on, I don't expect a man to work and my daughter do absolutely nothing. Because as I always say, I look at the real part of life. That man might not always be there. Anything can happen. And there goes my daughter stuck on being dependent because I never pushed her to be productive. If y'all can kind of get what I'm saying. And let me read a little bit more because this is interesting. And it said, listen, your kids are not a part of you. They are dependent humans with lives and minds of their own. Listen, your kids are not a part of you. They are independent humans with lives and minds of their own. What is our goal for them? To make them realize our failed dreams? If so, the real problems is the parents themselves are too weak. Too weak to see their children cry. Too weak to see their children fail. Too weak to see their child skin a knee, get rejected by peers, or not get accepted by an institution or a job post. Your children are, in the end, their own selves. You can't live your life through them. You can only live your own life. Salute, smoke to the bone, salute. Blindy Hillen said, I teach all the young people I meet that you have to be independent. Don't depend on nobody except your parents if needed. And absolutely, don't get it twisted, Miss Michelle. I'm not saying that I absolutely would not give to my children if they need it, because that'd be a lie. Yeah, let me move it over here. Let me move this light. Sorry, y'all. It's just so bright. I'm not saying that, Miss Michelle. I'm not saying that I would not give my kids, but at the end of the day, for instance, the breast cancer. I didn't know if the breast cancer was gonna take me out. What was that gonna leave my kids if they was always dependent on me taking care of them? What was that gonna leave my kids? Struggling, looking for somebody to take care of them. When I know, and I always instilled that in my kids. I always said, nobody's gonna take care of y'all like I did. And then it was a time in my life when I did take care of them, I had to fall back because they was feeling like I had to. Instead of me just doing it because I wanted to do something nice for my children, started feeling like I had to do it. And I was like, no, I don't. Y'all becoming young adults. Y'all wants and needs more than what I pay for my wants and needs. Yes, we want our kids to have better than us. Yes, we want our kids to have anything they want without having to go sleep with a man, for instance, to give them what they want. So I had to implement the work ethic. I go to work, you can go to work. Well, even starting my kids off with you don't have to pay bills, but I want to see you put up. I want to see a bank account. I want to see money in an account saved up for you. If anything happens with me, you're good. You don't have to ask anybody for anything. It said the core problem, we as parents need to learn these skills. Once we have learned to accept disappointment and failure as a part of life, we simply pass these values onto our children. Realize that life is all about dreams failing. Life isn't always what we want it to be. I like that life isn't always what we want it to be. We want to win the lottery and be rich and not have debt. But is that reality? Yeah, you can win the lottery, but it's a chance that we go spend $100 on tickets and not win a dime. That's that fail part. Salute, so icy. Salute, welcome. But that's that part of something failing for us. You know what I'm saying? Us having expectations of winning, but not winning. Do we get mad and give up and because we didn't win the lottery and become rich? No, we continue working and be productive. And it says, realize that life is all about dreams failing. Life isn't always what we want it to be. Even the dearest dreams of our childhood, young adulthood, may never come to pass. We must learn to accept that. Maybe your kids will never become the concert pianist, mathematician, scientific genius that they wanted him to be. Life is often messy, difficult, and sometimes depressing. We must learn to accept that. And that is so true. Everything I've just read is so true because this is learning, it's still me learning those skills that I just read. These are skills that I need as a parent to take into account for myself, for my youngest child. She still got a little hold on me where I feel like I have to, but then I have to check myself. I'm like, no, 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 because that's that sometimes. It still come down to that's my baby, but what up, bruh? Salute, bruh. Thank you for coming through. If y'all have a channel, real quick, if y'all have a channel or if there's anybody's link, my moderators always are very helpful for dropping links. Jen, Lalise, and everybody's always so respectful about dropping everybody's links for me and things like that. So if y'all have a link of somebody that y'all mod for and want their channel dropped, please go subscribe. And I appreciate again everybody pulling up. I just really wanted to touch on this. And it says, now I want to read off real quick before I go because I didn't want to stay too long. Like I said, I've been working. And another thing, before I get to this, today was Shanquilla Robinson's birthday balloon release. I got pictures with her mother, her sister, her family. Her whole family was there. They're very love and kind people, loving and kind people. They welcomed us with open arms. The mother was smiling, the sister was smiling, and I walked up to her gravesite, and I looked down. It was so decorated, beautiful, and I understood their loss because yesterday made 2 months. Again, I'm always gonna speak on that because that's my angel, that's my rock, is my mother, and we lost Shanquilla in the month of November as well. So that's why it's so touching when I walked up to that, and they was such respectful people at a time like that, and they was smiling so bright, and that's what made me come and say, hey Victoria, thank you for coming, Victoria. That's what really was like, let me get on top of this live. Y'all know I don't be going live long, but like I said, I've been working like crazy. I'm super tired. I'm so tired. I'm tired of working, for real. But it's been keeping my mind busy and things like that. Yeah, justice for Shanquilla. Justice for, it was a beautiful family. It was a beautiful day. It had been raining all day when I went to work today. And I was just like, oh, I don't want to go in. But, I pushed myself, of course, and went in, and I knew I was getting off to go see the family. So that uplifted me. And I was like, I got to knock this live off about parents hindering their children. I feel like we've lost our generation that's coming up, and my kids are still young. And as a parent, me reading those things, and I'm not even going to get into the 7 crippling things anymore. I just feel like as a parent myself, I feel like I owed it. I had to take therapy forever because my kids was so disrespectful once I came back into their life from getting clean. And I thought that was okay. I thought that was okay. Anything they said they wanted, I got it. Because I feel like I missed out on so much of the important things. Like, they're hurt. And then after me and my therapist, the more we talked, and she was like, yeah, you lost a lot, you did, but at the end of the day, you can't cripple your children. And I was going to read that, and I was like, what do you mean? And she was telling me some of the things I'm reading, the life skills. She's like, you're not teaching them anything. You're just teaching them that they can walk all over people. use things that people have done to them and walk all over people with anger, resentment. And I was like, dang, I never thought about that. I never thought about a lot getting clean, because everything, it was like once you get clean after being um, so addicted to something for so long, you lose sight of everything. It's like you're starting all over again because your brain is functioning different. And for some reason, it was just like I was starting fresh. So once I got through my therapy, um, with my children, I was like, no, it's a new day today. It's a new day. You have to earn your keep. You don't get to lay nowhere for free. You have to pay your way. The shoes you got on your feet, they cost money. You have to work for those. You want $200-$300 shoes, you gotta work for those. Not me. Because I'm not wearing the shoes. I don't get to wear the shoes. If I want them, though, I'll go work for them and give me a pair. So this is why we wake up and see a 19-year-old overdose. Like, what? The 20-year-old girls with the suicide notes, beautiful ladies, hurting themselves. Oh, we see somebody like Shanquilla. And we had it's crazy that I say this. I heard a content creator last night say she shut off her BBL and she was trying to make the girls jealous. That's why they did what they did. And then she turned around and said, well, I'm not saying like that's why they done it or anything, but I mean, and it was like, what are we doing as parents? What are we doing? Because at a certain age, when our kids get a certain age, they do that. They act a certain way in front of us. It's just unusual. Don't we get tired of turning on Salute Sis, Salute RH Unlimited? I dropped your link, sis. Like I said, if anybody has a link they want to drop for their channels, drop it. Please, respectfully, could you drop it? I'm sorry for sounding like it, y'all. I'm tired. But I'm sick of turning on the news and looking at YouTube of all these young lives gone. Gone. By the grace of God, drugs wasn't killing us like today because they're stepping on it. They're putting things in it. So that's kind of things I wanted. When my kids told me that they was doing all these big things and my son's rapping and all of that, I had to be a parent. I had to step up and start putting things in his ear, knowledge. Things that we're seeing on the news with these young kids, thinking you can smoke with everybody. If stuff gets so stressful and out of control, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids going over the edge to where they pick up and that's their last time ever picking up because they couldn't talk to me and say whatever. Or talk to somebody. I want to put those kind of skills in my kids' heads. I don't want to hinder my children because I don't want them making the news. I don't want to be overprotective because my son's a rapper and he's making money and he's out of control and he's up there slinging guns all through the screen. Like, no, what? At a point in life, we have to be parents, not their friends. Yes, I used to like flashy clothes. I used to show my skin. I used to do all of that. But then I had to say, damn, what are you teaching your daughters? What am I teaching my daughters? Because I might have liked it, but it wasn't okay. So see, I had to change my way of living and way of thinking. And when I did certain things, when I moved a certain type of way, I couldn't say nothing until I changed me. I couldn't put those skills in into my children. I couldn't put that into them. Because I was still living wild free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, today's my last. But I could live like that today without dressing the way I used to dress, without having that wild frame of mind. Lalizi says, sorry guys, I'm in and out. Tremendous. It's okay, Lalizi. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you so much. But as I walked up to Shanquilla's mother and I hugged her today and we took a picture today. As I walked up and hugged her today, I could feel the energy. You ever seen somebody you could just feel the energy and hugging them? I felt the energy. I felt the pain. I felt the pain. And she was smiling so bright, but I felt it and it hurt me. It hurt me. And I know all the things she's hearing. I mean, you know, how people are taking her daughter's death and using it for leverage, and instead of, you know what I'm saying, talking to this mother about the loss of a child, the siblings, the loss of a loved one. Her sister was even smiling and just opened her arms, and I hugged and I felt it. And they look so beautiful today. They did. I was like, my hair ain't done. Y'all are looking beautiful. Y'all smiling, and but that ain't what it was about. They was just there celebrating and wanting. You could tell they wanted her back. Hey, Dance 87, salute. How you doing? I'm doing good. But I just hugged her, y'all, and it just felt so good. And I don't want to lose my kids. I don't want to lose my kids to being a hindering parent. I don't want to lose my children because I want to be their friend than a mother. I don't want to lose my kids to ignorance, overdoses, um, being led down the wrong path. I even tell them about friends. Because we all wake up on this app and see how it goes. Because see, our life is, regardless how we feel on this app, our life is on this app majority of the time, whether we want to believe it. Salute T. If somebody can drop Jen, can you drop T's link, please? T just started her channel. She's not new to YouTube, but she is new to being a content creator. So if anybody that doesn't know T, this in the chat, can welcome T and hit her link and go subscribe. You know, I always say that's what it's about, uplifting and supporting. We're not getting enough support. We're not getting enough support as we need to. It'd be crazy because we'll support everybody on this app. You'll drop down in their chat and hit they like, and this ain't gonna change how I am, but it's definitely an eye opener of who really messes with you and who don't. And as I was talking about Shanquilla, damn, I wish she'd have seen that. It's unfortunate, and I'm sending prayers up to her family, and that's what I'm trying to, this is a good story with our kids, and salute Big Pressure, salute bruh. It's a good topic for us to have kids that have friends, and when we think we got friends, I wouldn't meet up with some of these people in real life. I really wouldn't. I really wasn't. I couldn't. After something so tragic like this, we really don't know. Because when you don't know people on this app and they come for you so harsh, and you can even, people will even say that you did something not knowing you, not near you, not in the same city, and it's mind boggling how many people go with it. She got to wash and dry out of that. Oh shit, she bought her wash and dry. That shit it wasn't even funny to me. It was sitting back and watching how many people really went through it and fell for it like they knew me, and said it and was saying it like it was true. I was like, I shouldn't have to send TT a receipt showing that she didn't get me a washer and dryer. But that's how real life is. That's how real life is on this app. Somebody can call you a whore, and guess what? People don't even know you, like I said, on this app. And you're a whore just because they said you was a whore. We're bad parents just because somebody on this app, we say something and somebody run with it and say, oh, this, and she's a bad parent, and I'm a bad parent because y'all said so. And I thought with 2023, I sit back and hear people say they're going to change their channels and do different things, and I don't see growth. So if I can't get nothing out of it growth-wise, because it really puts me in a bad spot, it drains me. So I fell back, started working hard, started working long hours, going in on my days off, just to make sure I didn't hinder my kids from feeling like the grind is real. It's always room to grind. It's always room to make money. It's never it's never an off day. That's how I want my kids to treat work, how I do it. It's never an off day. Salute Miss MJB. It's never an off day. It's always money to make. And I got things I want to do this year. I want to travel. I want to spend more time with my children. I'm putting money up. It feels good to finally put money up where my life has changed so drastically. I quit smoking like 2 months ago. So of course I'm saving money doing that. All my other everything, all the extra activities stopped altogether. So I'm finding money in my coat pockets and my purses, and it feels good. And with me being so clean, my kids are being really, like they're stepping up their game. They doing more because I guess I got more to give them. So they're doing more with themselves. They're like, okay, I'm working on this sweatshirt and t-shirt line. My daughter got a vending machine, a nail and lash machine she's got going on. My son just got offered a job making 40K. My other son, like I said, doing his rap thing. My other daughter's a nurse. She's stepping up in her position and got more money. It's like, damn, if it's what it takes, I'm not going to hinder my children. I'll go in 7 days a week just to make sure that they see me grind, to know that this is what life's about. It never stops. Bills never stop. You want something new, never stops. Hey, ugly cousin, hey, Miss Parker, when you get out of jail? That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, the parents hindering the children, I'm at fault for that, or whatever. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys, for the having to block that troll. But just ask yourself tonight, are we hindering our children? Are we holding them back from being successful and positive? I came here really draggy, y'all. I'm really tired. I didn't realize how tired I was until I started talking. But the hindering the children, let's not cripple our children. Let's be all the parent we can be. We don't have to be the parent somebody else wants us to be. Just be all the parent that you can be. Just give all that you can give. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't require keeping your kids in Jordans, Nike, or none of that. That doesn't make you a good parent at all. Materialistic things does not make you a good parent. It's instilling real life skills. You know what I'm saying? Really sitting down with our kids and having those real topics, conversation. Don't hold back from conversation you have with your kids with certain words. Spill it out. Say it like it is. Say what it is. That's it, and that's all. Again, Miss MJB. Oh yeah, Miss MJB. Prayers up to you. Miss MJB's having surgery. If we can put some prayer hands for her up in the chat, please. We wish you nothing but blessings, and we all hope you get better soon, and that everything goes very well with the surgery, Miss MJB. Wendy Hillen said, I believe I am in some ways. All I can do is be supportive, as I know I can't control the situations around them. Absolutely. And like you said, especially when they're in college, and stuff like that. And I was, Miss Michelle, I had to catch, when my youngest did go to college, I was like, okay, don't be walking to the library like this, and don't be talking to the boys like, here, do this and do that. And then I was like, I gotta let her grow. I'm not with her. I'm not near her. I can't coddle her. I just got to believe in that what I've talked to my child about, that she makes great decisions, and that's it. And I got to feel like, and if I feel like I've slacked on some things, I got to step my game up and go in, and you know what I'm saying, and have another conversation, but just in a way where I don't want her feeling like I'm being too clingy, or I'm being, I always let them know. Salute Cali Vibes, salute sis. Yeah, Blended Healing for real. It was like, calm down, step down, step down. Cause then if they put up that wall, salute the shell, salute love. They put up that wall, and they start kind of branching out from us and talking to everybody else, and things like that, about the situations, and I don't want to push her away, and things like that. And I just do let her know that I got a sneeze coming on, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm getting a cold. I do let her know that I trust her. I trust that she'll make great decisions and different things like that. And I did have to fall back, Miss Michelle. I did. You see, I just woke up. It's okay. It's okay. But yes, we definitely gotta start being parents at the end of the day, and we gotta start keeping it real with our children, what it is and what it ain't. What our expectations of them, what's your goals? You know what I'm saying? That was something that I didn't even ask myself sometimes. Like, Tasha, what's your goals? What you got going on this year? What you got going on for the next 6 months? What you got going on this year? What's your plans? I never started asking myself that till like the kind of toward the end of 2022, which it just ended. But I just really started like, okay, this year I want to own a house. I want my own home. I want my own home. This year, this is what I want to do. Then by the end of the year, I need I gotta go up having this much money in the bank, saying, okay, we need this much down, and then boom, I wanna walk across the threshold that's mine, not owned by somebody else that I'm paying, and that could have been a house. No, I want my own. And with that being said, my kids started talking to me about what they want. Like my next to those was like, yeah, mama, thanks. Let me call the bank tomorrow, because I'm gonna see what it takes. So she's gonna be moving in her new home in April. And that was just me setting my own goals, made her start setting goals. And I was like, okay, after you move in, then what? What's your next goal? What are we looking for at the end of 2023? What kind of success are we all looking at as a family, as a unit? What are we looking to do about any kind of steps or measures I got to go to help her? I am. And that's not financially, but programs. I was sending a Bank of America programs. Like Bank of America said, they need more Black ownership, Black homeowners. And they had a program set up. So she called them, and that's how she got on there. Those kind of steps and measures am I willing to take with my kids. Let's look into grants. If they say they want a nonprofit organization, I'm on there with them on that phone, looking up grants. Did you look into this? Check into this. My youngest baby just finished dentistry. Because I was asking her, what are your goals? Don't keep going to college getting nothing out of it. What is the goals for going to college? What are we looking for? What's the end goal in the college? And then she told me, she said dentistry. That's what got me start setting goals at the end of the year, because I'm talking to them about goals, and yet I had none to set for myself. So I was like, their success ain't gonna get me nowhere. I mean, not saying if my kids ever became very successful, they wouldn't take care of me, but I don't want that. I want to set my own goals, and I want them to see that we're doing this together as a unit. Linda Hillen said, I'm trying. It really comes to us being parents that we have lost control over the kids and must recognize it. But it's hard because we can see the outcomes. Absolutely. Absolutely. She said, the younger girl got it, but the older child is iffy. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss MJB. Thank you. And right, we all we do, we want what's better for our children. And and she just turned 20 the other day, so that made me so proud. And she's like, okay, this is my graduation day, and she got a job at the dentist office, so that made me wanna. I gotta step my game up. I gotta step my game up. And right now, the job I'm doing, it is part of where I wanted to go, but I want to go a little further in where I'm at. And so hopefully I have those skills to take classes tomorrow. I'm actually gonna check with them. Salute, Lady K. Salute, sis. I want to get with my children and and finish talking about everybody's goals, and then I want to put mine into the basket, and I'm not gonna say hopefully, and by the end of the year it's got to be done. It's if ends and buts about it, but I think my job does offer certain classes we can take to better ourselves in other departments and other things like that. I dropped it, Miss MJB. I dropped it. Y'all know I don't be knowing what I'm doing. I've been off this app for so long. But yeah, it was just me having conversation with different people and hearing some of the things they were saying about how they didn't want their kids to work and different little things, and I just was like, I'm not with that. Hey, Miss MJB,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you,
Good,
love?
good. I'm hanging in there, hanging in there. I'm late to your live, so I apologize for that. But what I'm hearing so far from you is, yeah, you want better for your babies. You want better for them. But I hear like just you sound like you're hard on yourself. Are you hard on yourself at times? Yeah, and I can hear it. And I've shared my story with you before that I've been in recovery. I have been recovered for my daughter's 28, so some 30 some years. And, we had some setbacks, and that's what I'm sure you had to encounter were setbacks. So maybe you didn't reach all the goals that you had planned to plan for yourself. And, and now you want to see that in your children, and that's okay. But don't beat yourself up either. Try not to anyway, because I it's easy for me to say that to you, but there's times when I look over my life, and I'm much older than you. I'm 60 years old, and I look and say, man, what have I actually accomplished? Like goals. A lot of my friends went to college, finished college, you know um and I look at myself and say, what is my purpose? At 60 years old now, how can I contribute? What can I do for myself? So please don't beat yourself up, and stay in the moment, and look at the things you have accomplished. You're clean and sober today. So your babies, I mean, not your babies, but your children have a better version of you today. My daughter never saw me in that state, and that's good, but I'm still learning some things with her. Like, she's 28. You can't parent an adult child the same way you would a younger child. So it's hard to let go. And my daughter's still here with me. Um, but it's hard. You just want to make sure that they're good. And now I'm learning, step back some from, my daughter went to college, graduated, but yet right now she's not using her degree. So I'm like, what's that about? But I have to leave her alone and let her figure it out, and always let her know mom is here whenever you need me. It's an open door. And she can come to me anytime, but I have to learn to set boundaries with her. And you know we clash at times, but we're doing a lot better, and that's because I'm trying to pull away some. So, but I just want you to just, you be encouraged, continue setting those goals for yourself, but set small goals, whatever that might be, because sometimes we put more pressure on us than we need to. Just appreciate the moment and what you've done so far, you know, instead of trying to say, okay, I got to get here, I got to get here, I got to get here. You take it one day at a time, and that's it.
Let me ask you a question, Miss MJB, while you're up here.
Mhm.
Salute in, salute Lady K sis, salute, salute. I dropped the Trolling Dolls link earlier. Um, being if somebody can drop Lady K and sis, I'm gonna mod you up later on. Just give me some time because I really ain't been on here mess with anything. Okay, so I am hard on myself. It's salute easy 901 salute. I was a little hard on myself, but I've slowly stopped being hard on myself. And like you said, it's small goals, but I noticed that once I started talking about goals, my kids started following the lead. So
Mhm.
that's what made me say, okay, um, like I said, I've had conversations with people here lately, and it was certain conversations that just was like, um, as parents, do we push our kids to do better than us? Do we push our kids to go work and be successful? Do we tell our kids, no, not right now? At a certain age, when do you really become a parent and let your kids go and stop hindering their lifestyle? Because as I read, it said the problem isn't the child, it's you.
Mhm. Well, I would say, if you see that your child has the potential, you always see a potential in your children, and I'm sure it varies from, because you have more than one child, so I'm sure you see that in each child. But and of course, you want to encourage them. You want them to know they can do anything they set their mind to do. You know, there's nothing that will hold them back. Don't take no for an excuse. For excuse to say no, I can't do. Don't listen to the no's, or the naysayers or whatever. But like my daughter right now, I'll speak on my situation. She's 28 and she's still here with me. I'm like, when are you out of my house? You know. But and she's even admitted to me, like, Mom, you've made it real easy for me to just get comfortable here. You know what I'm saying? Everything is at her disposal. She gives me what, a couple dollars. So if she gets out there, she'll see the landlord don't want to hear, "Oh, I was short this week. Can I hold back on your money?" So she's really has not experienced life the way that we know it, because I'm always a life jacket for her. And so that's not helping her. And I was told that years ago, to let you can't fix all their problems. You can't take care of everything. And that's all I did, because I thought I was loving my child. But I didn't realize that sometime I could have hindered her by making everything so safe and protected for her. You understand what I mean?
Mhm.
Um so those are now the things I am learning. Like, let her make mistakes, let her do whatever, because she's good compared to how I was. I took my mom through a lot.
Mhm.
My daughter is good. But I guess every parent and child situation is different. We don't get a book. We don't get a owner's manual when we come out the hospital. So we're not going to always have it right. And our kids may remind us of that. Oh, you're not a good mother. You don't. Well, I'm doing the best I can. And I was a single parent. So I had the help of my family, but I still was a single parent. And you said your daughter is getting ready to be a owner of her home, a homeowner. Hey, that's a blessing. Like I
That's
said,
what pushed me. That's
that is
what
a
really like
blessing.
Me
And,
pushing her, me telling her my goals. That's what I said. So I was telling her about some things I was reading. So she took the initiative to call and get in the program. And I was like, I gotta get on my game because if I'm telling her this, you know what I'm saying? And
but
she
you young
actually
people
stepped
today
up.
are different. They move around different than my generation anyway. You know, we it was just different, and they are just doing the entrepreneurial thing. They are being these content creators, influencers. I know one girl, she was an accountant, full-time job making good money, and she finally, I guess, is able to make enough just being a blogger and a content creator. So it's different. I didn't understand it at first, and my daughter would try to explain, well, you all are from the old time and this and that. You just sitting back waiting to get your pension. Well, yeah, that's what I know. But if you have other opportunities, and now with social media, it's just different. It's just different. So I would encourage you, or anyone listening to this on this chat tonight, encourage your children. If you see something and you may not always understand it, don't discourage them. Just encourage them to go forth. But I still tell my daughter, you don't work, you don't eat. So you need to be working full time. And that
Exactly.
other stuff, you can do that on the side, get your hustle, whatever. But you gotta work. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. No uh landlord or anything. But as when I'm getting ready to go, but what I'm saying is, as far as me, like here I am 60, just becoming a homeowner. Just because, and that was only because
Congratulations.
that was a blessing left to me by my parents. So I'm
Hold
gonna
on, Miss
have.
MJB, 1 second.
Uh-huh.
The topic is Are parents hindering their children? Easy 901. And Ben Walker said, You never let them go, give them room to grow.
Exactly. I like that what he said. So on that note, I'm gonna drop down because I'm cold. I'm shivering now. I got to turn some
Oh, okay.
up
Well,
here.
prayers up to you, Miss MJB. I hope everything is
Yeah, keep me
successful.
in your prayers. I'm yeah, I'm
All,
gonna be
we
around
love
for
you
a
to
while.
death.
So
You know, from the Memphis sector to Shank
yeah,
to my house. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Prayers
It's
up
been
to
a
you.
pleasure just getting to meet you guys through the app and stuff, and just meeting a lot of nice people. And I enjoy it. I'm like probably the oldest of a lot of y'all, but y'all crazy. I'll be
But
cracking
you
up.
it's always good to hear our older people share life lessons because we all
Exactly.
know that we're still growing. We think we know everything. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Just
Mhm.
because I was in the streets and I went through some stuff, I felt like I knew everything about the streets. But after I see a lot of stuff happening on the internet with these young kids and
Mhm.
all this double crossing and stuff with the rappers and all of that, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
But we all still learn. As long as we're here, still on Earth, we're always going to be a student. Always will be a student. So, but I thank you. You keep doing your thing. You're doing good, and please just embrace where you have come. Look at back at how far you have come from, and don't let anybody try to damper that and tell you, or remind you of your past. Don't let them do it. You know.
I know, Miss
All
MJ.
right
Thank
then.
you
Well,
so
you
much.
take care. And
Thank you for
before
so much for
before I
calling
go,
in.
how do I? Because I usually hear an echo of my conversation with you after the fact. Am I doing something wrong?
Do you got it on an do you got the YouTube app open somewhere else like on your TV?
No, just my phone.
Hmm.
Oh, that's okay then. I'll just have to listen to myself because sometimes I don't like how I sound, so I don't want to hear it. But
You sound beautiful to me, and it was very
I still
uplifting
get
that
nervous
you came on
coming
here
up
and
front.
shared that. Thank you so much. Everybody ain't comfortable with coming up and sharing because they
I
feel
ain't.
like
I be
somebody's gonna
still.
judge you. I appreciate you for just pulling up because that's where I still am. I've hindered my children, so that's why I wanted to hear other people's intake on this conversation, and with the fact that your 28-year-old daughter still lives with you, and you sharing with me, that I understand.
Well,
I understand.
somebody do a live and tell me how old is too old to still be at home with your parent. That'll be a good topic. I want to figure out for people that have kids that are older than mine or younger than mine and already out. But
I'm
I
gonna do that. That's gonna be my next conversation.
That
And
would be
hopefully you'll be
good.
better because I don't be coming on here too much, girl.
I know. Okay, take care, and I'll talk to you
Thank you so
later.
much, Miss
Bye.
MJ.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay.
Um, again, prayer hands for Miss MJB. We hope you have a speedy recovery. We hope that God sees everything good through the surgery, and thank you for sharing and stuff like that. And maybe parents, it's nothing wrong with giving our children, but as Ben Walker said, you never let them go. So it means we're not letting our children go, but we got to give y'all room to grow. Because I tell my kids, I'm not going to be here forever. And everything I say to my children isn't right all the time. I have to fall back. I have to fall back and be like, okay, Tasha, and my kids sometimes like, well, you didn't listen. And that be my reason for having those grown conversations with them. Let me see what Callie said. Callie said, I'm definitely still learning. Absolutely, Callie, but you got young kids, so you got that time to talk to the kids and implement um, great skills into them. And where I missed so much, like I say, I missed a lot. So with my kids, I never knew where to start with them by letting them like being once again being said, giving them the room to grow. I sheltered them so much, and I had to fall back. Like my therapist had told me, you're going to enable your kids to be successful. You're going to enable your kids to make their own, have good decision making, and things like that. And that's when I had to fall back. Like, dang, I'm enabling the kids. I didn't know I was enabling my children. I thought I was being a parent when really I was coming hard on myself. Like Miss MJB said, I was being too um, hard on myself with my children. And again, I'm about to end this. Hey Sagius. If y'all have links, the Trolling Dolls and Shank Rock have been talking about Shanquilla. Again, me and Shank got to meet the family today. It was beautiful. Salute, Nina. Salute. It was beautiful meeting Shanquilla's mother and sister. Again, I felt their energy, and it was a happy but sad day for them, and I felt it. And but they never showed it. You can only hug them, and if you knew energy, you could feel it when you hugged her. You know what I'm saying? And there was so many people that was there and family supporting them and showing them love. It was amazing, and without losing someone, I like giving that kind of love. I don't want to lose people that I met on this app. I don't want to lose my loved ones so drastically, and stuff like that. So I still want to smile and shine and hope. I don't know the words for it. I really don't know the words for it, but as I was stating before, the Trolling Dies and Shank have been really talking about justice for Shanquilla. So please follow those content creators if you're interested in that story. Again, they was good, loving people. I appreciate them so much. Prayers to your family. I hope justice is served. I hope this conversation reaches parents, like Miss MJ said, we're gonna have a topic. And where I don't go live much, it's content creators in here. I see Taylor XO. Hi Taylor. I see Taylor. I see Lady K um in here. I see Transparent Talk. I see Lalizi, Blended Healing, um, Ben Walker with the Trolling Dolls. If y'all, like Miss MJB said, when it's too old, um, Miss MJB, I'm sorry. I be doing that. I don't know how to fix things. I really don't. But as content creators, and T was in here earlier. These are conversations that subscribers asking not just to meet because she was on my panel, but I don't go live much. So if y'all would want to pick up the topic of when it's too old to be in the house, when it's too old, that's a good topic. Salute to all the content creators on YouTube. I wish everybody nothing but success. If somebody can drop Taylor's link for me and stuff, go to Lady K. She plays great music for you when you cleaning up your house and you just want to let your mind go and just sway a little bit and you know we don't I'm not into too much. My kids be playing that music where I don't understand the words, so I'm trying to understand how they vibe into this to the shit. And I'm like, what did he just say? Because I didn't hear it. But Lady K plays that music that we are the oldies but goodies that we are kind of used to. I want that soothing music. I don't want that violent, making me want to go do something to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Getting triggered music. So salute to you, Lady K, and thanks for always dropping inspirational quotes. They're much needed. Especially from somebody with depression and feeling like I'm not good enough, the insecurities that hit me. You always open me up. It always brings me back to life. Somebody else's quotes do wake you up. It doesn't have to be something you're going through, but that y'all touch right at home on certain things. Salute Hood Therapy. If somebody can drop Hood Therapy's link for me, if y'all still in the building and know how to do it. If not, I'll go through later and drop links. If one of us as content creators can do a show and not just with the people we like, anybody come through. If I can, before I start my show, I always try to drop links. I dropped a lot of women's links today. I dropped Transparent Talks, Shanks, Lady Nika, Lalizi's. We got Miss Callie's Kitchen in here. She's starting a cooking channel. We have Southern Girl. We have Jessie Mills, who always talks about the Olympians, things we don't, the African American Olympics. I don't think we pay attention to that, but we got to start opening our eyes to the success of our people, paving the way. We don't know if one of our grandkids will be a track star, the best gymnast out here. So it's very influential to go watch other channels and take something from it and listen. Blended Healing is soothing there. Go to where you're comfortable. And these content creators are very comfortable. Their doors are always open and welcome for conversation. TT always opens her platform for transparency. Lalizi always opens her doors for positive people to come in and kick it and things like that. And that's what we need more of. And that's what I strive to do. I don't dislike anybody on this app, regardless of what people have even said or done. It just doesn't, it's not paying me. It's not breaking me or none of that. So I can't dwell on that. I got to keep going. I got to keep doing what I do best. And if my live reaches one person, that's all that I want. You know what I'm saying? And to let people in life know, y'all not the only ones going through this. Y'all don't have to not be on YouTube consistently to not go through something and know it's somebody going through the same thing or something worse than we are. Salute, thumb, go to Muffy. Salute, salute. She's in hand pink Haven. Salute. And Muffy, you have a channel too, right? Because if you have a channel, I want to get your link dropped as well, and things like that. But I hope 2023 is prosperous for all channels in their own ways. We're not the same. Nobody on this internet is the same. You know what I'm saying? Read the titles, come in, give your input, or sometimes just sit in the bushes and listen. And if you have something you want to add, I don't think no content creator in this chat is biased to your opinions. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody yeah, if somebody can drop Muffy's link, Muffy, if it I don't got a mod to drop it now, I will go back in there and edit it and drop it for you. You know what I'm saying? Lady K, if you can drop the unfiltered to Muffy, but Muffy, like I was saying, it's a lot of good content creators that's in the chat. You got Taylor XO, Lady K, Hood Therapy, Transparent Talk, La Leezy. You have Blended Healing, the Trolling Dolls. Always, I'm ready to support everybody. Taylor XO, she's a young content creator. You have Jen and Zeke. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Jen and Zeke. Easy, I don't know if you have a channel. You started Miss Callie's Kitchen. I just want to make sure I got everybody. But yeah, Muffy, it's a lot of great content creators in the chat or whatever. Y'all go follow Muffy. Muffy's very supportive, you know. I love her spirit, I love her energy. And thank you for always pulling up and showing love. Miss MJB said my daughter would kill me if she knew I was discussing on you. That's the that hey, that's this is what it's about. It's the same way if we go to a therapist, we're discussing our children, you know, and it's really a lot of parents in this chat. So, you know, we're really just it's really just therapeutic for us because, you know, we're just learning from different people parenting skills, Miss MJB. So tell her it wasn't nothing bad about her. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't saying anything bad. We was just speaking on our parenting issues and skills we can bring into our home with our children and uplifting our kids to do better than us and be better than us. And that's it. And that's all. You wasn't saying anything um, bad about your child. And I hope you content creators have more conversation like this that I can join in on. And so many topics I want to speak on as far as this. I don't know if you're a mod over here, but I got to go back in and make you one. But it, like I said, today was just a day for me. Because like I said, after going to Misha and Quilla's parents, it was sad. It just kind of drained my mood, even though they was happy. It was sad to celebrate that the young lady's birthday the way we did. And things like that. Salute pressure with us. Mama boo, hey love, hey. Muffy said, I'm trying to stop spoiling my daughter so much, but it's hard. She's my only one. Oh, yeah, when they're the only Muffy, let me tell you something. When they the only, my grandbabies are the only kids. So Christmas, me listening to them, that's when I had to step away from the me offering anything to my kids because it was $2,000-3,000 Christmas, and I was like, well, "What are we doing?" But then I had to step back. I fell back like this ain't your. That's just my grandchild. But like on down the line, it was so much y'all could do with that money, and that's what I was saying. But then it was like here she go. It was one of them like, here she go, and I fell back. I had told Shank, I was like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Christmases I've learned to just sit back and let them be mothers in their own way. But I try to tell them times are getting harder. That money that you took, you know what I'm saying? You could have took $100 in the things that you got the opposite type of toys, and she loved those just as much. She loves us just as much. But with her being our only child, you know, I get the spoiling and, you know, being overprotective because they y'all only child. So see, I have 5 and my kids are third step. So, you know, I really didn't get that chance to just spoil one after the other, you know, or whatever. So, you know, I understand with one child or whatever. But Muffy, do you hinder that child because she's our only child? Will you hinder her? Will you hinder her from her growth? As Ben Walker said, will you give her room to grow? Are you always going to be an overprotective parent because she's your only child? And that's interesting. That's interesting. I want to read out, make sure I don't miss your comments. But please go follow all the content creators. Y'all all have something good and valuable to bring to not just me, but other people. Hey, Niecy Love. Y'all have so much value to bring to everybody on this app and throughout the world. You don't know who you're going to touch with your cooking, Callie. Um, Muffy, that's a good conversation and topics I think you should have with having our only child, you know, about these situations because I think it'll be a good topic. Because with me, like I said again, with seeing my kids do what they did for Christmas, I was just like, no. But then again, what can I say? I'm a mother of five, they're a mother of one. You know, I couldn't tell them what to do and what not to do when it came to their child. Miss MJB said, when is it too old to be at home with your parents? And I know I'm not great. I told her I'm gonna do a live about that, but I don't want to hold her up on that live. So anybody is welcome to take on that live and challenge it with the parents that have kids living at home, such as myself. My 22 year old son still stays at my house, my other house. So it's like, Doc, you gotta go, fam. Like, hey, and you know, he think paying the bills, but I'm like, go on your own, do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? But I do want him home in a sense of at least I know where he is. At least I know where he is. I'm making that an excuse. That's really an excuse for wanting him home for real. When I do need to push him to go on out because he does pay all the bills and do his own thing. And I went ahead and gave him the lease and stuff, but it's still just like do your own thing, go on and come out of there because that's I started that. So go start your own thing or whatever. She said I'm old school all day, every day. I love 80s and 90s hip hop. Look, Miss MJB Nisi said 30 years old is officially too old. But Nisi, what if somebody that just has an only child don't think that? Just think about someone with an only child. And that's all they've ever had. So is that too old? Is that a parent holding on? I'm just really asking. I'm just really asking because I know some older people that is at home with their parents, live with their mamas, and I'm like, But then again, I'm going, what's the situation? Do I look at the situation or do I just judge based off you live with your mama? What? Like, no. She said they want their child to be their spouse, not healthy. Not literally spouse, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I do need to see, but for those I know you've heard of that before. For there's some men I've heard that say they live with their mother. And it's just like, do we go, or do we say, why do you live with your mother? Do we take in and ask them why they live with their mother, or do we just automatically just be like, mm-mm, mm-mm? Does that throw you off just the fact of hearing that they live with their mother? Because I get what you said. Miss MJB, do you feel like, have you ever felt like you want her to go, but for real you don't? Like, is it just that have you ever got into it and you be like, I just want her to go, but really deep down you don't want her to go? I think that's a good question. And that Nisi, exactly. That's why I did this when parents hindering their children with my son. Um, not this house, but in my other house. And I'm saying, am I hindering? Even though I'm not there, am I hindering him by like not making him get his own place? By not, you know what I'm saying? Not pushing him to go get his own crib and be successful in his own way, pave his own way. Because I'm not single, but I do feel like I'm handicapped in my son. You know what I'm saying? Even though he pays the bills, it's just that he didn't start that like actually paying deposit and first month's rent and paying everything. You know what I'm saying? Kelly said the link. Nisi, see, that's the thing. I don't think he has a plan. I mean, he do in a sense of he did tell me um to let him take over everything. And that's when I was done. I said, okay. But my thing is, even though he's taking over everything, that's still like he didn't have to go and get, you know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Hey sis.
Hey, Miss Parker, salute.
Did you read Nisi's comment? I just, even though you got younger kids,
Damn, why my phone start messing up as soon as
you were
I.
saying how old is too old to be in the house. And Nisi said that Nisi had said 30 years old is officially too old. And you know, I've heard of me living with some mothers right here, and they sound very much
Can you
older.
hear me, sis? You know my
Yeah,
hotel Wi-Fi be messing up. What you
yeah,
say?
I can hear you. How old is too old to be in the house?
My opinion, ooh, they gonna disagree, but I say 18. Get the fuck out.
So,
Now,
as
too
far
old is my age. 29, 28, 27. You damn sure should have been out by then. But definitely, I say 25 and up. But I feel like 18. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back. No more, no more, no more, no more.
she said, "Oh, I'm joking. She can't be me." Right, right. Oh, Miss MJB, you already know that. My who? I used to wait on the days when my kids would try me. I just want, and I'm like, why do I want that? I wanted them to sometimes how they mouth would be or something. I'm like, try me. I want them to try me. Ain't no law in the world tell me what I brought into this world is gonna try me on no kind of level. I don't care
Okay.
what I done in life to them. No, because my kids was pushing me to that point to be like, oh yeah, oh they trying me. Hold up.
Girl, how you think I feel about your badass niece?
Yeah.
She definitely
Yeah,
be pushing it.
she do. But Kelly, do you think that parents are hindering their kids now? Nisi, do you think that parents are hindering their kids more now today than when you was coming up?
Um, are you asking me?
I'm asking y'all, do y'all think that
Okay.
parents are hindering their kids from being more successful?
It's definitely worse now, but I can say I was one of those hindered kids when I was growing up as a kid. I was hindered. I definitely was.
And did you
It's a lot.
like after going through what you went through on your own and seeing the world for what it was, did you have resentment against your mother for hindering you?
I didn't have resentment, but I was more so irritated because I didn't know how to do a lot of stuff that I feel like I should know how to do. I was spoiled, very much spoon fed. There's a lot of stuff I'm still learning how to do that I should already know how to do, but because they did everything for us or sheltered us so much, I didn't know how to do it. Follow me, I'm talking.
Yeah. And that's my mama, she definitely hindered me a lot. I never had that conversation with her because I loved her. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like she did so much for me. I didn't think I should have had that conversation. I missed that I didn't get to have that conversation because it's just stuck with me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't mean about it. I make her feel like I was being ungrateful about what she done for me. But I don't think I would. I think today I wouldn't have as many kids if she would have actually talked to me and not hindered me and took over my responsibilities and made me be responsible. Like, you brought this child into the world, I'm not doing it. I will help you as much as I can, but you got to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? She didn't do that. It was like, give me the baby. You're running
Yeah.
reckless, wild. Give me the baby. You know what I'm saying? Then boom, another baby. Give me the baby, Tasha. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna see my grandkids out there. You know what I'm saying? I still took care of my kids. I never not took care of my kids as long as my mother had them, but that was not the responsibility I needed. I needed to be there for my kids, and she never made me be there for my kids. She was just active. You know what I'm saying? And RP mom, I love you to death, but dang, I could have just, ah, man, Callie. Mm. It was so much. Like you said, I was spoon fed. Nisi said, yes, absolutely. I'm pretty conservative and traditional for a 31-year-old. I just see a lot of young men lost and women, but I want my little boy to be a good man. That's all. So I don't want him to be spoiled, even though I want to give him everything. I absolutely agree, Nisi. And do you feel like that more, Nisi, because of how the world is today? Because we when coming from when I had my kids years and years ago, you know what I'm saying? Um, I wasn't. I didn't want to be like my mama. Let's just say that. What my mama instilled in me, I couldn't. I refused to be like that and let them think that everything was just given and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That this just how it worked. Like in your situation, Callie, I refused to do it.
Yeah.
I refused to do it. So that's why I was as hard with my kids, and I came off too hard for my kids. So I had to fall back. And like I keep going back to being Walker's thing, I had to give them room to grow on their own.
I think I'm doing that now, even though I got little ones. I try to do that now because I don't want, to turn out how I did. Because I honestly can say they're gonna know how to do a lot of stuff I didn't know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already teaching them stuff, and you know how my kids are. I don't play that. Oh
Yeah,
Lord, let me go on mute.
it's okay. Um, um, my mama was overprotective of her. I got five sisters. So my mama was, at the time I was growing up, she was a Jehovah Witness. So mama's beliefs, no Christmas, no nothing, no none of that. But at the end of the day, mama wasn't. She didn't tell us, like, instilling us like men in the streets, conversations with how men are misleading and friends and things like that. I always thought everybody was my friend. I thought when men told me things, um, like, "Oh, you're beautiful," that I just went with that. You get what I'm saying? I just went with the flow of what they were saying to me
Yeah,
and things like that. I didn't get that tough love. I didn't get that those hardcore speeches of, everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner, da, 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 da. So when I what I went through with my addiction and all this other stuff, I have endured, and like I was coming off on my kids like, and you can't be, and you don't need to be, and you da da da, and it was push my kids away like, huh, hold on, you to where they was shunning away from me, and they started telling other people of how they feelings and like my sister would be a person they would run to and tell their feelings, and she was always like they leaned to, and I didn't like that. So I said, let me fall back because I felt like I was being too hard on them. So then I just started being like, okay, let me break it down what I've been through. Let me just keep it real and just put all my shit on the table to my children. And this is why I was talking to y'all like this. This is why I was saying what I was saying to y'all about certain things and certain issues. Miss MJB said, I don't believe in the three about once they're 18 and they're out. Miss MJB, I was out when I was 18. I left home at 18.
And see, I didn't get pushed out. My ass ran away. But yeah, I I I don't know. I just feel like okay, well maybe not 18, but I'm gonna stick to my 25 and up.
And Nisi, when you say I see a lot of young men and women lost, do you think that's because they was hindered by their parents? And that was the topic, me listening to conversation of people my age and older than me saying that they don't want their kids um, a little bit younger than me to go to work, and I'm like, wow, what? You know what I'm saying?
That's
It
crazy.
it wasn't logical reasons, because things are happening all across the board. Real, the 6-year-old just went and harmed his teacher. You get what I'm saying? We can't stop things from happening, but do they mean that I don't want my daughter to work so she can keep my grandbaby at home from school? Is that realistic? Miss MJB said, my daughter has a problem learning how to save for a rainy day. She's planning on moving this year. I'll miss her, but I know she has to spread her wings. Um, Absolutely, Miss MJB. But that's when our parenting skills come in about them being productive in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm done giving. See, with her living with you, like my son, with him living with me at that time, I was seeing $300-400 pairs of shoes coming in the mail every 2 weeks, and I'm working harder than a dog. Because my thing was saving for a rainy day was put up so you can get out and be successful on your own. But when I'm seeing that he had money saved up, so I'm like, oh well, you need to start paying the bill in her. And then once he started paying the bill, he felt like that was it. And then I was like, well, I'm still paying this. So if he's just paying this, how he gonna be productive? Because when he goes on his own, he's not gonna just be paying a light bill. He's not gonna just be paying a water bill. He's gonna be paying rent, water, probably electric. No telling what he's gonna be paying. You know what I'm saying? If you want to live nice, you gotta pay the way. But if I keep paying everything, how do he be successful? Because I just got him paying one bill, and he's still living how he lived, but I'm paying everything else. Nisi said kids get into the world thinking it's easy as pie. Life is hard. I just want them to be prepared for life and use to working hard so they don't give up easily on life goals. Exactly. And that's what I was saying, Nisi. With me, I've been going in on my days off, to work. And once I talk to the kids every night, at the end of the night, I talk to them every night. And they was like, I thought you was off today. And I was like, nah, I went in. I need that money. And they say, I know. They say they going in. I was off tomorrow, but I'm going in. So it is um, influenced by us to our children. And I was just seeing, like you, Nisi, I was seeing a lot of kids not being successful due to hindering parents. And to hear the conversations that I did hear was mind-boggling to me. That they wasn't pushing that just because this doesn't mean you can't be successful. Just because of this situation doesn't mean that you don't have to work and go be kind of productive. And it was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So I was lost, and I just needed some input from y'all, my audience, to tell me, am I seeing things wrong, or is it really people hindering their children? She said, "Gotta disagree. They may be 18, but mentally not ready for the harsh realities of this cold world." But okay, so Miss MJB, I'm gonna say this. That's why we instilling now. Today's world ain't like when I was 18. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So we have to push that into our kids early. I know even it's like, when is a good time to have a conversation with your children about what's really going on in the world? You know what I'm saying? What our expectations of of them from us? What, you know what I'm saying? What is a good age? Um, yeah, 18 ain't mental, everybody ain't mentally there, but who, my babies was working at 16. Soon as, you know what I'm saying? Now it's 50, you can go to McDonald's at the age of 12 now, or 13 some places. So my thing is, with my kids, once it was 16, it was like, okay, this is you going to school, you know what I'm saying? You got this going on, you got this going on, you like this type of thing, you know what I'm saying? You want to do this, you know, put your money in an account, you know, I'll work with you, but I'm not gonna do that for you. And this is at 16. You know what I'm saying? When it came time to each one of them graduating, they didn't want me to get that cap and gown, which at first that hurt my feelings, but then I was like, okay, they want to do it on their own. Each one of my kids bought their own cap and gowns, even though I was like, nah, that's what the parents do. That's what I thought. And I was like, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because we're happy for y'all. Y'all graduating. Let me get that. Like, no, I want to get my own. And it made me feel good that I implemented that in them. You know what I'm saying? Something good into them at early on, instead of waiting until it was too late. Um, to example, my mother raised our kids. She raised me and my sister younger than me. She raised our children. My mother left this world November 7th. My niece and nephew I lost. Their mother isn't like how I am with my kids. That's why my mother still had them in their 21 and 18. Because my sister never stepped up and stepped in. My mother raised them and she enabled them as she did me. Taking care of them, I used to be like, give them back. It is time. No, she's not ready. She's not going to treat them like how I treat them. She's not going to do them like how I do them. And I was like, but how do you know if you don't make her? And we can't make her be a parent, but she's going to have to step up at some point in time. And it never happened. To where I'm watching my niece and my nephew struggle. And not only am I watching them struggle with good and bad decision making and not knowing where to go in life, I'm like, damn, I got to step up and be a mother to them too. But my sisters right here, do I got to step up and be a mother? And I love my sister. I love you to death, sis. I do, but it's the truth. So I got to not take away from my five, but what I am still instilling in my children, I got to stop and be a mother to them too, because I see them lost without my mother, because she enabled them. She hindered them. Nisi said, you are right, Miss MJB. I was one of those teens that thought I was smarter than my parents because they didn't go to college. Sadly, I learned everything the hard way when I got into the world. Absolutely, Nisi. Absolutely. But that's just an example of my mother hindering. And when I call home and check on my niece, and my niece just moved to Cali with my daughter. She wanted a fresh start in life. I get that. But I had to tell my child, don't hinder her. She's not up there for you to take care of her or anything. She worked while she's at home. Talk to her. What's your goals while you're here? What is the plan? We need to start a 6 months to a year plan. What do you plan on doing while you're here? Because you can't live with me forever. So let's put this into writing. You can't You need a job, and the cost of living there from where we stayed in Kentucky is different. It's major different. You know what I'm saying? What are your goals? You can't be up there hand feeding her. I had to tell her that. That's what my mother did. And as much as sometimes when we're young like that, we say we're ready to move on and take on the world, but really we were not. And I had to tell my daughter, you have to instill that in her. Nisi said, I also thought I was fine. LOL, until I realized the men I liked, professional types, weren't checking for me. So I got my master's and now I have professional man. He hates that I watch YouTube though. Absolutely, Nisi. And I can understand that 100%. I can absolutely agree with him 100%. And it's not even the watching other YouTube. We just get indulged, and once you get indulged, it sometimes you feel like, let me get on her. Even though I be at work, I still be like, let me get on her and see what I missed. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's calling me, telling me what I missed. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like never ending thing. And that's when I started working like on my days off, so I wouldn't indulge in it and stuff like that. I still go and do my salutes here and there. And then sometimes I hate when I drop down because it's madness and it's forever mess. So I understand. But it's just sometimes we just get on her to get away and things like that. So I get where you're coming from too, Nisi. But yeah, again, thank you guys. I wouldn't even plan on being on here this long. I appreciate you, Miss MJB. I appreciate Miss Callie's Kitchen for calling in. I appreciate Nisi for giving her input. Muffy, thank you so much. Ben Walker, thank y'all. Thanks everybody for leaving comments. To my moderators, Jen, Nina, TT, Lalizi, Melanated, thank y'all. And Shank Rock, thank y'all so much. And Sagius, thank y'all so much for always coming in and helping with the chat. Nisi said, these young girls think being cute is enough and any man will want you. Trust me, it isn't. Yeah, Nisi, for real. That's where the hindering parenting comes in. And that's what I used to tell my children, like, a big button to smile don't, you know what I'm saying, ain't what it is. It's just not. And I keep it real with them. I keep it real with them about all. That's why I say it could be a man. My oldest daughter, she's got a good little friend that takes care of and caters to her little wants and needs. It could be for a season. I didn't say that to her, but to me, I know that could be seasonal. Anything can happen. That doesn't mean that's everlasting. But what you got going on for yourself? Well, where your bag? If it's man leave today, then what? Where's your bag? What are you going to do for yourself? What can you do for you and my granddaughter? That's the questions I be having. So that's all I be saying. So I understand where you're coming from with that, Nisi. Again, go follow all the content creators on YouTube. Thank you so much, everybody, for pulling up. Please go follow Shank Rock. He'll be doing a live tonight. Justice for Shanquilla and her family. Salute to all the content creators that's been following this story, trying to get justice for this family's unfortunate demise. Thank you so much. Again, I don't know what the most is. But again, thanks to everybody for coming in and support me while I was all over the place, tired. She said, Miss MJB said, Nisi, you should be very proud of your accomplishments on getting your master's degree. I started but never finished college. And Miss MJB, you can always go back. You're never too old to finish. You're never too old to take up some courses, in your downtime and things like that. When you get better, it's always room for growth. It doesn't matter the age. You're never too old. Thank you, Nisi, for coming through, being inspirational for Miss MJB. That's what this is about. And I appreciate everybody again. for coming through. I appreciate everybody for coming through for me as always, supporting um and supporting the other content creators and things like that. I don't know when I'll go live again. My schedule's been mad wow, but you're right, Miss MJB. We're gonna get that topic that you wanted out. She said life will swallow you up and spit you back out. You have to have some skills or go to college, etc. You're so right, Miss MJB. You're right. You do. But check into that, Miss MJB. It ain't never too late to accomplish your goals. Nisi just gave me inspiration. Like I was saying, I want to see if work pays for some courses that I wanted to take. I heard they did, but I want to check into that and take advantage of anything that's offered to me. That's what we don't do. We don't go to work and say, hey, do y'all pay for this? Do y'all McDonald's got classes they'll pay for, you know what I'm saying? To get you up through to the next level and thing. We just don't take advantage of what's in front of us, and we need to. Yeah, Shank's in the house. Thank you, Shank, for coming back. But again, salute to everybody. Everybody have a blessed Sunday. Go tune into Shank Rock later on. He's going live. I don't know if Transparent does, but if she does, it'll be a kind of a late night live, chat hour for her. If anybody else is going live and wanted to be announced, just tell me. Again, go follow my girl Jen and Zeke for some great conversation. Zeke got some knowledgeable conversation over there. Y'all really need to go follow Zeke for real and stuff like that. Letty K and Blended Healing for their inspirational topics. Muffy, Lalizi, and again, thank you guys and have a blessed Sunday. She said, Nat, I wish I wasn't that overprotective friend because I definitely did hinder her. Miss MJB, that's what it's about, taking accountability for things. But this is how we learn, by having conversation with each other about topics like this. There's not a lot of topics going on like this to that we can look back on and be like, dang, let me step back and start improvising and see what's really going on in my home or with my children. And that's it, and that's all. Thank you, Mama Boo, for coming through too. I think she's my mom too. Salute to you, Mama Boo, for always holding me down and things like that. And go hit those links. Hit that like button for those content creators. If you have a channel, share them out. Let them know that, maybe I didn't get to stop through, but hey, I was thinking about you. And share that on your community. Well, I know we all work and have our own life issues and things like that, but it don't take nothing but a second to share or hit that like button and just let a content creator know we out there, you know what I'm saying, and we do support. Look, Miss MJB trying to keep me here, honey. She said when she was young, I used to tell her and my nephew that I was gonna drop them off in the hood I grew in and see how they would handle it. Girl, that was a threat to everybody. Girl, you heard me. I'm drop you off at the police station. Now that ain't even a threat to the kids. You know what I'm saying? We used to be scared. Me and my sister, we used to be scared. Like, we don't want to go see the police, But now the kids is ready to dial 911 on you just for checking them. You feel me? So we definitely can't threaten them with that no more. But maybe the hood can, Miss MJB. But those threats we used to get, don't bother them kids no more. But again, Miss MJB, prayers up to you. Thank you for coming through and hit my panel. Thank you, Callie's Kitchen, for hitting my panel as well. And everybody have a blessed Sunday.